Go start talking about those New York Knicks. Yeah, those Knickerbockers. All right, the New York Knicks are a team that, to me, I think are looking continuously to make moves. They're always trying to find a move. And Fred Katz reported that the Knicks have engaged in trade talks for certain players, but one player they have not engaged in trade talks is for Karl-Anthony Towns. They've never engaged in serious trade talks for him, according to league sources. They have his eye on him. He's a CAA client, which Leon Rose, the president of the Knicks, are legitimate or like is a guy that was the president of CAA. Sorry, I lost my train of thought right there. I got a notification on Twitter. And he has a relationship with Karl-Anthony Towns through that. And Tom Thibodeau, though, has a complicated relationship back when he coached the team, and people around the coach believe the two have reconciled and would work well together, though you never know until you see it. The idea of Karl-Anthony Towns is if you wanted to trade Julius Randle, even though from what I've heard is the Knicks really like Julius. They think Julius is gritty. He embodies what Tom Thibodeau wants, and he's the type of guy that they would want to keep in this organization. But the theory is you package Julius Randle and Bojan Bogdanovic, you bring back Isaiah Hartenstein and OG Anunoby, but if you package maybe Julius Randle and Deuce McBride for a guy like Mr. Karl-Anthony Towns, now you have a legit, three dudes in OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns. Then you have Dante DiVincenzo and Josh Hart. You have like five dudes, all very capable of dropping buckets, but three guys who are arguably perennial type scorers. And the whole thing is to do that deal, it would have to be around Julius Randle, let's say Bojan right there. That brings you to about $48 million this coming off season. And then you put Deuce McBride, brings you to like $51 million. Karl-Anthony Towns is making 49. So let's say you do those three guys, 2 first-round picks. You send Karl-Anthony Towns and Wendell Moore, Karl-Anthony Towns and Leonard Miller, Karl-Anthony Towns and Minot, just to give them a young guy back because of what they're giving up. You could see why they would want that, because then now you have Karl-Anthony Towns and, like I said, let's say a Wendell Moore, and that's next to Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Mr. Mitchell Robinson, Dante DiVincenzo, I guess Daquan Jeffries, Mamadi Diakite, Jericho Sims, Isaiah Hartenstein. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dwayne Washington Jr. gets converted. Then you're like, why would Minnesota do that? Well, now Minnesota has a starting lineup of Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle. I guess it would be, you would want at this point, Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, Mike Conley, off the bench, Deuce McBride, which would give you the backup point guard they want, Naz Reid, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. All you need is a backup center at that point, which you would think is either Luka Garza or somebody you pick up. And you still have Leonard Miller, Josh Minot on this team. And I do think that is a very formidable team. And it does bring interest if you're a basketball fan, that like, why not go out and try to get, from from a salary standpoint, you're saving money because you would, I know Bojan Bogdanovic was in that deal, but Bojan would be immediately waived, saving the Timberwolves, I think $16 million. Maybe they keep him and they're like, hey, we want to keep this guy. But personally, I think they would be like, hey, nah, we're probably going to waive Bojan if they were to do that deal. But again, I don't see it right now. I think, especially with Mike Bloomberg there, with everything, I think they're going to double down, keep this team together, try to find free agents to come play with Anthony Edwards, but keep this thing all together. But what do you guys think?